So in example 3, notice that now the transversal is going from left to right. So it's a slightly different picture than last time where that transversal ran top to bottom. So we want to be careful, but it's going to wind up looking very similar to our previous example. So let's start with angle 1 and angle 8. Angle 1 is up there, angle 8 is down there. Notice they are on opposite sides of the transversal, so they are alternate, and they are both outside of lines P and Q. Again, we have interior and exterior. The interior is everything in here, and the exterior is stuff that's not between those two lines. So we are exterior and we are alternate. So those are alternate exterior angles. Jumping down to 2 and 3. Now we are on the same side of the transversal. They're both above R, and they're on the interior. So those are consecutive interior angles. 5 and 7. 5 and 7 were the first set we talked about. Those are corresponding. Corresponding angles, remember, are ones that are in the same position. So notice if we draw a little box around each, they are both in the lower left-hand corner of that box, of that set of 4 angles. Notice that the other words don't apply. One of them is exterior and one of them is interior, so we can't use an interior or exterior pair. That's why we have that extra word corresponding, because the other words don't apply to this angle pair. Corresponding is its own separate thing. Let's look at 2 and 7. So now we're talking about 2 angles that are on opposite sides of the transversal, so they alternate, and they are on the interior between lines P and Q. So those are alternate because they're on opposite sides, interior between P and Q angles. 1 and 3. Once again, those are going to be corresponding because if you draw that box, you'll notice they are both in the same position, that upper left-hand corner. And last for this example, we have 5 and 8. 5 down here, 8 down there. Those angles are on the exterior. They're both outside of P and Q, but they're on the same side. So the word for that is consecutive when they're on the same side, exterior because they are on the outside. So that wraps up example 3. I'll come back for example 4.